everyone, it's Amanda. Today I'm going to be doing my June TBR. We have tons of new releases coming in June. In fact, so many that I couldn't even narrow it down because there's so many romance book releases this month. So I've narrowed it down a little bit, but not enough because I will not be getting to all of these books. So the list is just for funsies, but we can dream, right? And I've been doing better. I have been reading a lot more in May and actually enjoying the books that I've been reading. In fact, one of them, I just wanted to shout out real quick. This book, we'll talk about it later, but I don't even know what to say. And there's little art in it, and it's just, okay, anyway, we're not doing this right now. I'm sorry. June TBR, let's go. So first up, we have Oceans of Sin and Starlight by Karina Halley. This book is a companion novel to A Ship of Bones and Teeth, I think it's called. And that one I got 50% through, and then I was like, I'm not in the mood for this right now, and I put it down. So I need to pick that one back up and see how I like that one, but you don't have to necessarily read that one first, although there will be spoilers for what happens. Kind of. You know how Karina Halley's books work. Now this one I'm extra excited for because we have a priest that says amen to piracy, becomes a pirate, and says hallelujah to a siren. Alright, so that sounds juicy. Forbidden love, but also enemies to lovers, because he obviously doesn't want to be with her. So that's gonna be fun, and I'm ready for some booty and betrayal. Alright. Listen, I started with this one just for the puns. I'm so sorry. If you're new here, I'm cringy, so just get with the program. Then we have Crossroads by Devney Perry. I am medium excited for this one. I've read Indigo Ridge and then a couple books in the series, and I was really enjoying them. And then I just kind of fizzled out. You know, small town romance, sometimes you gotta put it away for a second because you just read too many and then you gotta get some different things going on. So this one does sound like a typical second chance childhood friends to lovers. The female main character comes back to town and they rekindle and rediscover each other. So it's one of those where you have to be in the mood for it, but I'm medium excited. Then we have Quicksilver by Callie Hart. Now Callie Hart is known for Riot House, and I think this is her first dabble into fantasy romance, so I'm very excited about that. We have a shadow daddy, we have a sassy heroine. We're promised really good steam, which I trust. The only thing that I know about the plot is that our female main character is in the slums and she really needs some money. So she goes to this sword thing and pulls it out. I don't know if I'm saying this right, so don't quote me on this, but she needs to melt down this metal, and she's not supposed to be able to wield that sword that she's stealing of some kind. And she gets thrust into this fae world, and it just sounds like it's gonna be a really fun time. I'm super excited for this one. I'm reading it right when it comes out for sure. Then we have False Start by Candy Steiner. This is a sports romance. It's in the same series as Blindside and Quarterback Sneak. I read most of the books in this series, so I'm super excited for this one to be coming out. This one follows a who hurt you trope, which I typically love that, because I love The Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan, which is a basketball who hurt you to the extreme romance. So I'm hoping that this one delivers that same sort of vibe. We have a female character whose partner is abusive, so that's where that comes into play. And then we also have Single Mom and Fake Dating. So it seems like a match made in heaven for me. So I'm really hoping that this one might be my favorite in this series. But I have liked all of them. I think Quarterback Sneak is my current favorite, but I haven't read Hail Mary yet. Okay, so I have to mention Ali Hazelwood's new release, Not in Love, because it's been said that it's more romance than science, which was my issue with Love Theoretically as it moved on. I was just like, I don't care, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I don't care. So the plot of this one, we have enemies with benefits, and early reviewers said and complained, but I think it's a good thing, that it is more fan fiction-y. With that, people have said it's more romantic as well. So I think I'll be picking this one up this month, and we'll see how it compares to the other books that I've read by her. Next, we have another one that is probably going to be on most people's list in the romance community, and that is Lauren Asher's new release, Love Unwritten. This is a single dad nanny trope, which is always a fun time, but it's also very summery, which I'm excited for. It has a vacation trip type vibe on an island, and that just seems really fun. So I'm excited for it. I'm hoping it's not, is it as long as the first one? Because honestly, I was like about done when I read the first one. But I get it. People have been writing a lot more longer romances lately, which I really hope they settle down on that. It's a little too much. I prefer like this, you know what I mean? Anyway, this one also has a music element to it, which I don't always love in books. So we'll have to see how I feel about that. It's a give or take with that, but sometimes I just think it's cringy when music is in books. Then we have The Art of Catching Feelings, which is a baseball romance. Love the cover. But this one does start with a miscommunication trope right away. We follow this girl who gets into this mishap with this pro baseball player, and then she DMs him but forgets to tell him who she is, and then he ends up liking her, and then, you know, she never tells him that she's the one who got in this situation with him. Now, from what I gather from that synopsis is that the book begins with miscommunication, which can sometimes be irritating, but I don't want to write something off right from the synopsis, so I'm gonna give it a chance. Then we have A Soul to Protect by Opal Rain. Now I have no business putting this on my TBR because I'm only on book 3 and this is book 6 or 7, but I still want to get on everyone's radar because if you love Duskwalkers, then you'll be excited about this. Then we have a Tangled retelling by Christina Lauren called Tangled Up in You. I just love a retelling, so, and it's also Flynn Rider. You can't say no to the smolder. But I'm planning on reading some Tangled retellings this month to go along with this book release. One of them is the next book on the list, which is To Bleed a Crystal Bloom by Sarah A. Parker. So I loved When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker, and I love the writing style. So she has this whole series that is a Rapunzel reimagining in a dark fantasy world. So that sounds right up my alley and I'm really excited about it. And then on top of that, I'm reading a couple more Rapunzel retellings. So if you have any recommendations, let me know down below. I think the ones on my list are Tower by Maisha Stone and Twisted by Renee Rocco. I don't know much about them or anything, but I'm hoping to get to some of them and see what ones are good and what ones aren't, because we know how much I love retellings here, especially Emily McIntyre's retellings. Next we have a new Megan Quinn hockey romance that is Coach's Daughter, age gap, boss assistant, and that's all we know about it so far. That's only what's in the Goodreads synopsis bio thing, but it says it's coming out June 25th, so hopefully it does. It's called So This Is War, and it doesn't even have a real cover yet, but that sounds juicy to me, so I'm excited. Then, quite possibly my most anticipated release of June, I read this bad boy like I was saying in the beginning of the video, but the next book is coming out that is a spin-off of this book, and we're following a beloved main character. I am not prepared for the emotional turmoil. It's called A Ballad of Phantoms and Hope. I highly recommend, if you like dark romance, to read that book. I know it's going around the community right now, and some people are like not liking it and others are. It really depends on why you like dark romance, I feel like. But for me, that hit the spot, okay? Then for Classic Literature Book Club, we got ourselves into a sticky situation, if you will. And Christine picked Ensnared, which is a spider romance, and we may need some bug spray by the end of this one. That's all I got for you. That's all I got about this one. No, but it's a spider romance, and that's all you really need to know, right? Like monster romance vibes, Rumi's Digest channel, be there or be a square. No dates yet, but as you know, the announcements will be up. Then we have The Ever King, which is another hopeful for me this month because I would love to read a bunch of pirate romances is the goal. And this one everybody loves. So it's an enemies to lovers. We follow a revenge story as well. And then lastly we have Wrist Locked, which was marketed to me on Instagram, and I fell right into the trap because this is a dark college romance that follows an aerial artist, so like circus vibes. Yes, I do. Anything like the Midnight Mayhem series by Amel Jones, I need more. I need more circus type romance books. Those are all the books that I want to read in the month of June. If you have any that you think I missed that needs to be on my radar, let me know down below, and leave a circus themed emoji down below if you made it this far. And I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. Are you guys Billie Eilish fans? Because a girl is truly going through it every single day when I listen to this album. But I see her in the back of my mind all the time. I'm leaning back and white, but I'm so blue. You could say the same about me. I sleep about 3 hours each night, means about 21 a week now. No, I want you to stay till I'm in the grave. But I don't know what I'm crying for. I don't think I could love you more. If you go, I'm going too. Oh, finally. Till I ride away, dead and buried.